Have you ever seen the dog from Up? He's completely focused until, squirrel! That's how my brain feels most of the time. 1 minute, I'm completely focused on my homework, and the next, I'm impulse buying 5 new highlighters because I'm convinced they will somehow make me more productive. Or maybe I finally decided to clean my room, but instead get stuck reading birthday cards from 10 years ago. Experiences like these are common for people with ADHD. According to Cleveland Clinic, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is a condition that affects how different brain areas develop and work together. ADHD starts in childhood, but many people don't get this diagnosis until they're teenagers or adults. While the terms ADHD and ADD have often been used interchangeably, now the official term is ADHD, encompassing all presentations of the disorder. I remember a time when a teacher accused me of not paying attention in class. He was so convinced that I was being disruptive that he sent me to the dean's office and tried to stop me from taking my final exam. What he didn't know is that I'm actually a master multitasker. Answering a text from my sister helps me focus more than ignoring it. And in the end, I scored 100% on his final. This situation highlighted a key misconception about ADHD. It's not about not paying attention. It's about paying attention to everything at once. So what causes ADHD? Current research finds that it is a mix of genetics, brain structure, and environmental factors. Researchers find that ADHD is a genetic trait, so if one of your parents has it, you most likely will too. Further, Cleveland Clinic finds that sex-based hormones can explain the difference between symptoms in men and symptoms in women. But more on that later. There are 3 main subcategories of ADHD. The first is inattentive, which can be seen as forgetfulness, being easily distracted, and finding it hard to focus. The second is impulsive/hyperactive, which can be seen as restlessness, acting without thinking, and interrupting conversations. And the third, combined, which is a mix of inattentive and hyperactive impulsive. Each category includes 9 symptoms, and an official ADHD diagnosis depends on how many apply. An official ADHD diagnosis is typically diagnosed through behavioral assessments, reports from teachers and parents, and sometimes neurological testings. Treatment can vary from person to person and include medication, therapy, and lifestyle modifications. Medications like Adderall and Ritalin are the most common stimulants, but non-stimulants are available for those who don't respond well to stimulants. Therapy is especially important because ADHD can come with symptoms of depression and anxiety. Therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, can be used for individuals to develop coping strategies. Lifestyle changes like structuring tasks, setting realistic goals, and using reminders are also crucial in the management of symptoms. Personally, I make a lot of lists. Making a to-do list while I'm in a productive state of mind helps when I eventually have the urge to do anything but what I need to do. Additionally, in school, medication helps me focus. Previously, I struggled in even my easiest classes to have any motivation to do my assignments. Now, with the medicine I'm on, I find it so much easier to listen and retain information in lectures and get assignments done when I have just 10 minutes of free time, instead of waiting until Sunday at 11:59. Tragically, many women do not have the same access to support and treatment like I do. This is because many women are less likely to be diagnosed with ADHD than men. Why? ADHD presents differently in boys and girls. In boys, it can look more like hyperactivity, fidgeting, running around, and interrupting. But in girls, it can look more like daydreaming and having trouble with organization. These symptoms are often confused with personality traits, rather than signs of a disorder, leading many women to struggle without support. Even more concerning, research shows that women are 60% less likely to outgrow their symptoms compared to 30% of men. Meaning that for women, ADHD can remain a lifelong challenge that requires ongoing treatment and support. There are countless stigmas and misconceptions about ADHD. The most common is that ADHD just means not paying attention and being easily distracted. But in reality, ADHD affects emotions, self-esteem, and daily functioning. These stigmas are harmful because they prevent people like me from getting the treatment we need. So what can we do? First, we need to listen. When somebody describes symptoms of ADHD, do not write them off. Take them seriously. Second, parents, be open to treatment options and trust healthcare professionals. Third, patients. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself, whether that means seeking accommodations at school or finding a treatment that works for you. There is no one-size-fits-all treatment for ADHD, even though I want my room to clean itself. Structuring my tasks and setting realistic goals makes me confident and even excited to get things done. The feeling of accomplishment is so much greater, knowing that I overcame what my brain was telling me. Find what works for you and own it. ADHD does not define you. It is just one part of what makes you, you. Thank you.